Hi everybody, welcome to this week's question and answer video. It's Monday. I do this every single Monday and I'm answering your guys' questions from the last Q&A video from last Monday. If I miss your questions, I don't understand them, you don't understand my answer, please let me know. Please tell me, ask me again. I don't want to miss anyone's questions. I don't do it on purpose. Thank you. All I ask from you guys, if you want to leave a question, which I encourage you to do, please, is leave your location. Let us know where you're at. I also have a petition. If you have not signed the petition yet, please consider doing so. It's called Stop Narcissistic Online Bullying. It's worldwide. It's global. Everybody can sign it. If you believe that people online are abusing each other, attacking each other, bullying each other, and you don't like it and you want to do something against it, sign the petition. It's right down below in the comment section, in the description box. And you just follow the link, sign it. You don't have to do anything else, and share it would be great to do. Thank you very much. So let's get into the questions because there are a lot of them today, a lot of good questions. So I'm just going to start right in with it. And Sarah, I don't know where you're from. Please leave us your locations. Tell us where you are from. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah J777. So many people are so mean and constantly targeting people around them. What makes someone capable of doing that without feeling guilty or embarrassed about themselves? Because they don't think it's wrong. Right? You have a value system, a moral compass that guides you. Yeah? Well, if honesty isn't a part of your moral compass or something that you value, then you would lie. And it wouldn't be a big deal. Wouldn't bother you. You see, like lie detectors tests, they work only if you think lying is wrong. If you have some guilt, if it causes you stress to do so. Somebody that lies from childhood and never stops, or a compulsive liar, it doesn't cause them stress to lie. They don't think it's wrong. Does that make sense? So it gets easier and easier. Just like if you started lying tomorrow. Let's just say you start lying tomorrow. You have to pick up your value system, move them out of the way. They're no longer principle. Once you lie one time, it gets easier to lie 2 times. Once you lie 2 times, it gets a hell of a lot easier to lie 4 times. And once you lie 4 times, it gets a lot easier to lie 8 times, and we become less aware that it feels bad to the point where it's no longer a part of my value system. I don't care. Doesn't bother me anymore. Sociopaths can pass lie detector tests. Some can. Yeah. Doesn't cause them any stress to measure. No big deal. Heart rate doesn't go up. Breathing doesn't change. Nothing. No big deal. Yeah. I lie all the time. Lying's not wrong. But we believe lying is wrong as social animals because we understand how important honesty is. And it becomes a part of our value system, something that we instill in our own children. And to go against it feels bad. Okay? Hope I made sense. Let me know what you think. Thanks. And guess what I'm going to say right now? Please leave your locations. The White Dove 1877. Please let us know where you are. Let us know your locations. Tell us where you are at. Be general. Thank you very much. I believe my ex-husband was BPD. He was addicted to smoking all day and night. When he wasn't very agitated and cold, he would snap at me for asking anything twice. I caught him seeking Asian massage parlors, and after digging, realized he was a pathological liar. When I confronted him, he would act like a child, rubbing his legs and saying I was attacking him. He would covert to a 5-year-old child. I felt sorry for him. He would never admit he cheated on me at the parlor, still gaslights me. He cried all the time and always a victim. He portrays himself as a martyr for everyone. He had odd hang-ups, eating boogers, and toe crud. That literally makes me ill. He has a secret life that I saw firsthand. He still blames me for leaving and abandoning him. I suspected narcissistic, but I really feel BPD. He has a sex addiction, porn parlors, etc. Lies. Are they delusional? He will not admit anything that he's done. Even leaving, he refuses to admit, but still begs me to go back. He can't tell the truth. He's 48, never has had a long-term relationship longer than a year. I left after 6 months. Are they delusional? That's your question after all that. Are they delusional? Yes. I mean, that's a broad question. Are they? Who's they? People that act like this, people that believe their own lies, that's delusional. I think there's 2 parts to psychosis. One is delusional, one is hallucinating. So the former would be a very skewed perception of reality, changing the narrative. That's the most common one you guys will find. So they'll say, remember that fight yesterday? Remember when you told me this and then I did this? And you're like, well, I didn't tell you that. And like, yes, you did. You know, all our perceptions aren't very accurate. I mean, 100%, right? And so you'll hear someone's story, someone embellishes a little bit, someone leaves something out, someone forgets a little bit of it, but there is a completely different story that happened. Yes, you were there. Yes, I was there. We were standing in the living room yesterday. That's about it. But as far as I said this, no, I didn't say that. And you did this, no, you didn't. And then I did this, no, I didn't. And they got this whole freaking story in their fucking head, right? And they're telling you this happened. And you're like, damn, dude, I think you got about 1% accuracy. And they're like, no. So there's manipulating where I can gaslight and tell you that you did things you didn't do. And I know that that's wrong. But then I believe it. And that's delusional. And these people are extremely dangerous, okay? Because when you file a police report to police, when you tell them somebody did something wrong to you, there is an element of them wondering if you're telling the truth or not and believing you or not. And they're pretty good at it. But if you really believe you're victimized, your story's going to be believable. That's why they call it like histrionic. Who makes tons of false accusations all the time. They call him the believable victim. Thank you. Let us know where you are. And Ollie. God, I can't remember where you're from, Ollie. I totally know where you're from, and I can't remember. Sorry. What I've experienced with a therapist is that they are there to help you help yourself. Exactly. I wasn't given a lot of tools to use except books like When Bad Things Happen to Good People. And I picked a book myself called How to Deal with People You Can't Stand, which was in regards to coworkers. At least now I know what person, and maybe family. At least now I know what personalities I have to stay away from. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I hear a lot of complaints about therapists and different professionals and what they do that they don't like. But you have to understand that the process goes slow. And, you know, a lot of times therapists need more time to help you with the things that you're looking for help with. Sometimes they need to get to know you better, know you longer, know your story and stuff like this. Hear the whole story. Thank you, Ollie. Hi, David. I'm from Montreal, Canada. Ooh, first person with location. Thank you. Sammy the Bowl Fitness. I like your down-to-earth videos about BPD and have been watching them for some time now. I've been dating someone with BPD for 1 year now. It seems like we're in a 2 months on, 3 months off cycle. I'm sorry. Just to let you know that that's damaging. I have a term with relationships. You break up with me, it's forever. First sign of a toxic relationship, many breakups and get back together. This stuff is damaging and it causes dependency and addiction. Just to let you know. Everything is great during the 2 months. Something minor happens nearing the 2 month mark and she runs for the hills saying she needs her freedom, not ready to be in a committed relationship, etc., etc. I noticed last 2 times she came back when S hit the fan with her favorite person, either a narcissist or person with BPD. Usually it's financial. He'll fraud or rip off someone so she's in a jam, etc. She'll come back with promises and things she realized. I see efforts a relationship is amazing, so I take her back. This time around, she wanted to stay friends, but would not commit to seeing me. Oh, so sad. But would not commit to seeing me, like going boating or other fun activities. So I told her this is not a friendship. I feel like I'm being paused until future use. It's called placing you on a shelf. I'll be back later. Don't want to throw you away. I could get some more use out of you in the future. Yeah, I'll come back when you feel better and you're not mad at me. Paused until future use. There is no friendship or love in her eyes, and I'm scared of holding on for no good reason. I took her off Facebook and deleted her number. Last time I stopped calling her. Oh. Long questions. I stopped calling her. She reached out saying, "What's up?" This time, nothing. I feel like I should not have pushed this much, but feel used. I'm a codependent. No, you're not. There's no such thing as a codependent. It's just behaviors. It's not a diagnosis or a person. My ex before this one was a narcissist, and I believe I have dating one more person with BPD in the past. I guarantee you everyone you dated is toxic. Telling her thanks, but no thanks last week. Some seemed like a good decision, but I feel a big void now and regret my decision of not wanting to stay friends. I'm blaming myself. Feel depressed. Was hoping for advice. I'm so sorry. This is how you feel about yourself right now. so badly that you feel like you regret being by yourself and you want to take a toxic person back into your life. That's how bad it is. That's how bad the relationship is with yourself right now. I'm so sorry. She's not going to help. That's not the right decision. You gotta just keep going and build the relationship better with yourself, okay? She's exploiting you. And she's not even doing anything nice anymore for it. She doesn't even have to manipulate you or do anything at all. She just calls you up and says, "No, time for this. I need money." I'm so sorry. It sounds like maybe, like all of us sometime in our lives, you need some help. Why don't you hire it? Seems like a pretty important time in your life. Isn't this pretty important? Maybe the most important. This maybe is the worst experience of your entire life. This might be the worst you've ever felt. Maybe the most helpless and hopeless. Why don't you reach out and get a little help? That's what it's for, support. It's good to have family and friends support us, but this stuff's pretty complex and they really can't help you with it. They really don't know how. A professional who deals with this all the time, like myself, I can give you 100 suggestions that will help you. Not only help make your life better, but I'll give you suggestions on how to make it easier to do so. Okay? I'm really sorry. This is awful. I can't imagine how you feel. I mean, I can try to imagine. Not much self-worth, not much self-respect. Yeah, don't really feel like the best version of yourself, the worst, maybe lots of self-doubt, anxiety, depression. I think we need some help. Don't be afraid to ask for it. Okay, we get scared to be vulnerable sometimes or be judged. Professionals hear this all day. It's like being scared to be naked in front of a doctor. They've seen thousands of people naked. Try not to worry about it. Okay, and I know that we get scared to make big changes in our life. Talking to someone doesn't require any changes. I make suggestions, but you don't have to take them. Okay? All at your own speed. You're being exploited. You're being as used as someone could use another human being. And this person isn't going to stop it. You have to. Okay? I'm really sorry. Thanks for leaving your comment. Ask more questions if you think I can help you more with this. And Sally. Don't remember where you're from, Sally. I'm sorry. Maybe I should just keep a list of where you guys are from. You tell me once and then I'll have it. I don't know. If therapists are always validating someone's story, feelings, behaviors, and how does the client know if their behavior is maybe what is causing the relationship issues? Since the issues at a therapist are based on the client's perspective only. I've never met a therapist that actually said that I need to check my behavior or that I've done something wrong, that I'm responsible in some way and I need to be accountable. You've never? Wow. Sometimes I think that therapists are based their responses on only one side of the equation, or are they able to actually tell if you're being deceitful? Therapists confuse me, seem to not say it as it is. Maybe I just like the cold truth, not skirting around. Yeah, I do that. I just bluntly just put it out there what's going on. So if you think about it as functioning, okay, what is required for, say, a relationship to function properly, and then it's not functioning properly, and the professional dissects and finds the reason why, okay? If there's no reason why, but it's totally dysfunctional, then the client is not being forthcoming, honest, or is not aware it's them. And then I can ask, well, what do you do for this? How do you handle this? And I can tell that they don't know and that what they're doing is wrong. Do you see that? So there's other ways of going about finding out truth or reality when talking to a client, and it's not necessarily just being like a lie detector. They may not be aware that their behavior is causing problems, and it's up to me to find that out, okay? And also when it comes to lying, you know, I'm not a lie detector, and I'm not going to try to be. I'm pretty good, but unless I'm 100% right, it doesn't serve me that well. And with a client, I just have to take what they're telling me as truth, and I can say, well, you know, if you ask me a question about somebody or some instance or something, all I can say is, going by what you're telling me, this. And if you wonder, well, why do I have to say going? Because what you're telling me may not be accurate. You may not be aware of that. You may not realize that it's you doing something. But going by what you're telling me, it sounds like this. Yeah. What else can we do? Right? What else can a therapist do but just take your word? And if they see that you're showing lots of signs of deception and that what you're telling them doesn't make any sense, well, then it's, hey, what you're telling me doesn't make any sense. There's ways to know, because this stuff is complex. And if you don't understand it and you're not doing it properly, it will show. Right? If you don't take my suggestion properly, I'll be able to know, kind of. Yeah. But the bottom line is if you're not being honest with a professional, you're only hurting yourself. And it's not up to that professional to call you out on every little thing you're saying and telling them. Yeah? Going by what you say, I would recommend this. That's it. And if you want to be dishonest, you're only hurting yourself, not the professional. Hope I answered that question. Thank you. Happy Me. Hi, Happy Me. Can't remember where you're from. I think we've had one location so far. Hi, David. I would like to recommend 2 books. So here's 2 more books. These are good ones. The Body Keeps the Score. Brain, Mind, and the Body in the Healing of Trauma. It's a great book. It really helps you understand that medicine and psychology are the same. You got 2 professionals helping the body and mind, which would be your brain, your body. But both people are kind of doing the same thing. A lot of it. It's like you have psychology that's causing illness, and then you have a doctor that only understands the illness, just treats the illness medically, when the illness might need to be treated psychologically. But then you don't even tell the psychologist about the medical problems, or you do, and they don't quite understand that it is actually emotional, it's psychological. And so then you just say, oh, I'm going to my doctor for that. Okay, and the doctor gives you drugs and you have surgery. When it's the same damn thing. And both doctors should be talking to each other. If not, one day a doctor does both. Okay? Here's another one. And it didn't start with you. How inherited family trauma shapes who we are and how to end the cycle. Sounds pretty good. Unhealthy, unhealed people are hurting so bad, so they take it out on anyone who is willing to take it. Boundaries and understanding is the key to live your best life. Yeah, great. And we'll understand more with compassion. Thank you, Ollie. Alec from Melbourne, Australia. Hi, Alec. Hi, David. In response to your question, yes, I do think talk therapy can cure CPTSD. I saw a good therapist a couple of years ago, and I felt a significant difference from my first session. In total, I had 12 sessions with my therapist. At the start of my therapy, I was given a questionnaire to rate the intensity of my symptoms. It was severe. On my 12th session, I was given the same questionnaire to redo, to track how many symptoms were after my therapy. I scored minimal to slight symptoms. Yeah, talk therapy. I can't stress enough how important talk therapy is. If you are, say you're dropped off in the middle of nowhere with no people, you can be given your food. We can build a little house for you out there. You got water, oxygen, nice bed to sleep in. You got your primary needs. You will be begging to talk to someone, to hear a voice. And when you don't, you'll die pretty soon. Until you can just talk to a human being. That's what keeps us alive. Ollie, again, hi Ollie. When it comes to talk therapy, I'm not entirely convinced that that's the solution. I've heard people talk about their problems and they end up talking in circles and the problem is still not solved. Yes, that is not effective communication. You can do that by yourself to the wall. That is not communication. That is not talking to another human being. That is talking at someone. Talking to me is a recognition, and the next step is taking action. I believe that AA has what's called the 12 steps, and it would make sense to me to use that same theory in helping with personal problems. in order to correct and change the thinking process that's causing the problems. Have you ever heard of the saying of, I would rather be a part of the solution than part of the problem? Unfortunately, when it comes to dealing with a toxic person or a narcissist, they see everyone else as the problem. I guess I did have something to say after all. I couldn't help it, but you use AA as an example of the 12 steps. That program has a 2% success rate. 2%. And I bet as you dive into it more, you'll see that those people that are failing aren't talking to people. If this was true, that means you could go do this all by yourself for a year with no people around you. Huh? How would that be? Just do your 12-step program by yourself for a year in isolation. I guarantee you, your mental health would decrease rapidly. And you would throw those 12 steps out that you never even finished or done 24 times, and then you'd start talking to someone and feel better right away. I promise. It's people that do this to us. It's people that will help us with this. We aren't here to do all of this alone and by ourselves. Okay? But I appreciate your opinion, Holly. Thank you. Ali again. Oh, Sacramento. That's right. I thought California. I just didn't want to be wrong. I'm normally a quiet person until I have something to say. I don't see this as a problem because I've noticed how some people are jabberwockies and they really aren't saying anything that's relevant to what's going on. Too much kind of irritates me. It's awful. It's awful. Those of you out there, because I'm going to tell you right now, I guarantee you there's a bunch of you watching this video right now that talk too much. You talk a lot. You talk fast. You say everything, every detail. You don't let the other person really say much. And you ask questions and don't even give them a chance to answer. If they start to answer, you talk over them and cut them off. I know this. It's a sign of trauma. And I deal with trauma, with people that are traumatized. So I deal with this every day. Yeah, that's the worst thing you can do. The worst. What's the best thing you can do? Best tool in communication you can have? Listen. The more you do this, the worse communicator you are. Interesting, huh? Just listen more. Just be quiet. Go slow. Take turns. People that talk a lot and too much and all the time and blah, 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 means that they feel like they're never heard. And this is very common when we grow up being neglected. Victoria from the Bay Area. Hi, Victoria. Yes, talk therapy definitely works. Unfortunately, I did have a relapse. Is this common after 5 years in therapy? Should I expect any more? It doesn't matter. What matters is how it feels. That's why it's significant to you. It feels bad. Will you feel bad again? Yeah. Will you be perfect? No. I don't know what a relapse means. I mean, I've heard of it. I know the definition. Maybe you talked to an ex again or something, started having bad feelings, anxiety. I don't know. Maybe you relapsed and took a drug or drank again. I don't know. But yeah, life's not linear. It goes like this, okay? And we're going to make mistakes and we're going to fail all the time. All the time. And that's what life is about. It's not about being safe, being perfect, being right and correct and successful. No, anybody who thinks that that's what life is about is only setting yourself up for failure. Massive failure that you can't accept. I'm sorry, whatever this relapse was, Victoria. Obviously you feel bad, and I'm sorry. Try to forgive yourself and make yourself feel better. And if it feels so bad, then we just try not to do it again, okay? Most of the times the worst mistakes we make are repetitive. So this might be something that you've done before and you've done it again. And that might be harder. Might be harder on ourselves, might be harder to forgive ourselves, but you have to. You have to. You have to. We're stuck with ourselves. I'm sorry. I forgive you. Okay? I'm sorry whatever happened, but you will feel better about it. And you might do it again. And the better you treat yourself about it, the less it hurts. Okay? Hi, David, Healing Family from California. Hi, Healing Family. Thanks for always helping us understand what we have been through. Questions. As you may remember, I was love bombed for 8 years, and that last year before the discard is when all the traits surfaced. I'm just going to go to the question. I believe just kiddings, not knowing anything about personalities. What do you think? In your many years of coaching experience, have you ever heard of something like this? I guess I have to read the whole thing. Okay. Okay. All right. When ex-fiance undiagnosed BPD would come home after work, he would literally run and look for me, hug me, like if I was his god, check my phone, check me out, like from head to toe to see what I was wearing. He would even peek to see if I was wearing a thong. If I was, he would throw a million questions out and just ask if I was cheating on him. There's times where he got to the point to play throw me on the bed and smell me and even check with his hands to make sure I had not been with another man. That's what he would tell me. I would try to fight him off and tell him to stop and tell him that was creepy. As you know, he would play it off with his just kiddings, and I was as blind as a bat and believed his just kiddings. You believe his just kiddings, not knowing anything about personality disorders. What do you think about this in your many years of coaching experience? Have you heard of something like this? Why do you think he would do this? What do you think would go through his mind? So yes, I've heard this. It sounds like fear of abandonment. So the biggest fear of abandonment is that you're cheating, that you found someone better than me because I suck so bad. I am not reassuring myself. I have no personal security. I don't like myself. I have lots of shame. I hate myself. And eventually you're going to find out who I am. And eventually you're going to leave me because I suck real bad. And just about everybody out there is better than me. So it's just massive insecurity. It's extremely controlling. This is stuff that psychopaths do. And every time I say something like this, why do you think he's a psychopath? I didn't say that. I didn't say someone's a psychopath. This is psychopathic. The psychopathic man is extremely controlling and will tell you what to wear and say, this is too short. We're going to fix this here. I'm going to go like this and you're going to go do this. And then you're going to go in there and you're not going to talk to anybody. And then you're going to come back out and get right back in here and we're going to go home. Just extremely controlling, extremely insecure. You don't get more insecure than that. Yeah. And you are his property. And once we own something, that means it can be taken away from us. There are no emotional needs here met at all. I don't know if you tried to reassure him. I would imagine that you tried all the time and it didn't work, did it? Because he cannot make himself feel secure in life. Therefore, he cannot have relationships where other people make him feel secure in the relationship. Won't work. He also can't make other people feel secure either. He did not make you emotionally secure. He did not make himself feel emotionally secure. Therefore, you cannot make him feel emotionally secure. If that makes sense. Thank you. Hi, David Carl from the United Kingdom here. Hi, Carl. Question about how some people with borderline personality disorder can just vanish out of our lives like we never existed. Well, first thing is if I do get up while you're at work or while you're sitting at the dinner table and I just go in the bedroom and I grab my suitcases and put few belongings in them and pick them up and walk right out and say bye, and you never hear from me again, do you know how I feel? Do you know what I'm thinking? Do you know if it was easy? Do you know if it was hard? You only know as if I tell you this is easy, or if I act like I don't care, then it must be easy. Come on, guys. Come on. Seriously. If I act better than you, am I better than you? If I tell you that I'm smarter than you, am I smarter than you? I mean, if I walk out of the room and act like I don't care and go like this, then I don't care, right? No, I couldn't possibly be hiding my insecurity or my fear, right? They get empowered sometimes by leaving someone. I'm going to make a big change in my life. Or maybe they're going to somebody else that they're excited about. It doesn't really mean, like when relationships end, we talk about it, right? We arrive at that conclusion together and we are vulnerable and can show that we're sad about it. We're angry, and we tell each other the truth. This isn't happening. They're thinking straight about something else. They probably split on you and think you're this horrible person. They need to get away from you. They'll build this shit up in their head. Imagine if I keep saying and believing that you're victimizing me for 6 months, even though you never have. But today, I was pushing you and pushing and pushing, you pushed me off you and hit my eye. Oh, you abused me. And I really believe that. You abused me, and then next Monday, we get into a big argument, and I call you all kinds of names, and you call me one name back, and I go, oh my God, you call me a name back, you're verbally abusive. Because I can't look at myself, right? So it's just you. And then this goes on for 6 months, and then I finally feel empowered to leave your ass. And I'm out of here. Doesn't mean I don't love you. Doesn't mean I don't miss you. It doesn't mean I don't care about you. It doesn't mean that this was easy. Right, guys? Right? Now, I understand someone leaves, doesn't talk to you, goes to somebody else, doesn't even message you again. Seems like they don't care at all. Seems like it was easy. Momentarily, maybe, yeah. Their emotions take them over. They take over. We usually think logically, right here. Logic. It's usually always logic. Emotional is in the peripheral. But if I don't regulate my emotions, these get bigger and cloudier and cloud logic and stronger, and then distorts my thinking and my perception. How can they just vanish out of our lives? Maybe they never loved you. Maybe they just got excited and attached. And they thought that was love. And they say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And then the excitement goes down. I guess I don't love you. Bye. Gone. Well, we'll never know. That's the thing. If someone doesn't tell you and talk to you and doesn't have self-awareness and is honest, we'll never know. They may not know either. They've told themselves so many lies. They don't want to face the truth, be vulnerable, look at themselves. None of it. It's just too hard to watch a behavior like that and just totally know how somebody feels. Does that make sense? Right, guys? What do you think? Do you understand that? Carl? You're sitting there trying to make sense out of someone extremely unstable. Good luck. They don't understand themselves. They don't know themselves. They don't know why they do the things they do themselves. They're compulsive and impulsive. So I'm going to go leave you, someone who's been there for me forever, and I might be making a huge mistake, but I'm going to impulsively go to another person that's going to make me feel good right now, I think. And so I'm not going to face what I'm doing. It's kind of shitty what I'm doing to you, so I'm just not going to look at that. So I'm just going to get out. And I'm just excited about, this person that's going to finally make me feel good and happy, and I'm excited, So I just pack my crap and leave, and I act like I don't care about you at all. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to go there. I'm going to act tough. I'm going to act strong. I'm going to fake it till I make it. Or maybe I just don't care about you. Maybe when the light switch was on and I told you all these amazing things, I didn't really feel it. I'm sorry, Carl. That's the most important part, is that it's awful. It feels awful. It's an awful thing to do to people. Don't do this, guys. Don't ghost. You can leave and end relationships. Just tell the person the truth. The truth. Yeah. Rory from Ohio. Still. Hi, Rory. My question is, can narcissists communicate with another narcissist better? No. Worse. It's two people that can't communicate worth a shit. It's hard enough with one, right? It's hard enough for us to have a relationship and we're decent communicating. That's hard enough, isn't it? Yeah. Now you have two people that can't communicate worth a crap. Is it better? No. It's worse. It's more toxic. It's more neglectful. It's more abusive. It's more stressful. That's the best answer. It's more stressful. Good to see you, Roy. Victoria from the Bay Area. Again, hi, Victoria. My question is, do you know anything about diffuse Lewy body dementia? Not that specific one. I know a little bit about dementia. I've taken care of people with dementia before. I've known people with dementia. I looked it up. It's a form of dementia. There's other things it's associated with, like Parkinson's and stuff like that. There may be someone that you see on TV every day right now that has this. Sadly. Sand shock. Oh, Riley from the United Kingdom. Hi, Riley. Question. Have you ever experienced someone crying into their hands and after a little bit looking at you through their fingers as if to gauge your reaction? I have a thumbnail of someone doing that. That's great. Or even I had them crying and hugging me, but they make sure to look at themselves in the mirror. It took a long time, but pieces are fitting into place and I'm coming to terms with being manipulated for years. Your content has been great and really has helped me as I go through this transition. Good, thank you for telling me. Fake crying, guys. One thing that's really hard to fake when it comes to crying is tears. That's not easy. Really, really difficult. Okay? Talk to actors how difficult it is to do that. Especially on point, you know. You say something that, you know, I just started. I mean, I've seen it and it is just a joke. I saw a female narcissist a couple years ago. I'm trying to let them know what they're doing is stressful. And they just mean, what about my feelings? Oh! And I'm sitting there just looking at them like, oh, you are faking it. And I'm just waiting, just sitting there, letting them go on and on. Not one single tear. Their eyes weren't even teary at all. Sometimes when you fake it, your eyes will get a little wet, you know, just from doing this. But she was completely faking it. And then later she thought I wasn't around and she was telling her friend, she thought I couldn't hear. She's like, oh my God, did you see David freak out when I started crying? Oh, I had him. It's like, no, you didn't. No, you're just pathetic. Yeah, so common. Fake crying, fake injury, fake victim. Yeah, that same person also fakes injuries. It's pretty gross. Thank you for your question. And Emily from South Africa. Hi, Emily. Thank you for answering my question on CPTSD. You're welcome. Are there any other things that can help with brain fog besides exercise? Yeah, it depends what's causing it, right? Could be a medical condition, could be medication. We need to know. In your case, it's probably safe to say that it's stress, prolonged stress, the fog, the brain fog. So we need to reduce stress because that's the cause. And that's something a lot of you guys don't understand, is that you've had these very stressful relationships and you think that getting away from stress is that single relationship when you don't understand that all of your relationships, or half of them, are causing you stress too, because this person's very difficult to deal with. This person accuses me of things. This person kind of uses me. Stress, stress, and stress. And so why am I not getting better when this relationship is over? Well, because you still have stress in your life that's not easy for you to identify because you've had it your whole life. It's like asking someone, you know, about anxiety. They've had it from birth and they think it's normal. And they say, I ask them, do you have anxiety? How's anxiety for you daily? Oh, no, none at all. I explain to them what it is and they go, all the time. Yeah, so we have to reduce that stress if that's the cause. And again, we need to find the cause. And we start taking care of ourselves. Okay? If we have past experiences that are still causing us stress, then we need to heal from those. Right? We need to take care of ourselves, and exercise is really good. Nutrition and sleep is vital. Sleep, sleep, sleep. A lot of you guys don't take care of yourselves, and you're dealing with stress, maybe PTSD, and you're getting 5 hours sleep and you think you're okay. No, you are not. No, you're getting worse if that's the case. If you have PTSD and you're getting 5 hours sleep a day, you are getting worse. You need 9. I'm not going to tell you you have to. I don't do that with clients. I just say, just to let you know, recent studies say you need 9. Okay? If you'd like to get more, let me know. Because I have 50 to 100 suggestions on how to have better sleep. I have a video in my Healing CPTSD playlist called Sleep Hygiene. I have about 50 suggestions in that one. More if you want to talk to me. Better ones. Yeah. Cold showers. Make sure we're sleeping at night and up during the day. And nutrition and exercise and healing from our past and eliminating stress. Okay, thank you, Emily. And user EK7LJ5QF6Z, please let us know your location. Please let us know where you're from. Locations, location, location. Where are you guys? Let us know. Tell us. Drop in. Say hey. And if you're going to ask a question, let us know where you're at. And hopefully you subscribe to my channel. A lot of you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, but you ask me questions every week. It would be the least you could do to support me. My ex had literally all the traits that you say. And also, And also 3 of her mom's brothers committed, taking their own lives, and she herself had 2 previous attempts. Should that be enough confirmation that it was BPD? Yeah, I don't remember exactly the traits I listed. If you want to know, look up the DSM Volume 5, Diagnosis of Statistics Manual of Mental Illness Disorders. Volume 5 is the latest one. And you look up borderline. Now it's called emotionally unstable personality disorder. And there are a list of traits. And it shows you the exact diagnostic criteria. Just look it up. Yeah. I can't say. If I listed 9 diagnostic traits of borderline and you're saying that she's all of those, then yeah, she'd be safe to say she has it. Yeah. But it's really not something we do alone by ourselves. We don't self-diagnose. We don't diagnose other people. It's not easy. It's very difficult, especially people close to you. It's a lot harder than you might think. But I mean, if it's a profound, absolutely every single trait, 9 traits, and don't go either or, could be both. That's not what doctors do. Yeah, they don't say, oh, okay, we have a list of traits. Gosh, is it borderline or is it bipolar? Which one is it? No. Do they meet the criteria for borderline? Yes. Do they meet the criteria for bipolar? Yes. Then they have both. It's that simple. Okay. That's it, everyone. Thank you very much for your great, beautiful questions. I'm sorry if I missed any. Please let me know, okay? You want to know what the books are or anything? Can't find them? Let me know. Any other questions, please ask. Please, I encourage all of you. Go down below and ask me anything you want. But you have to give us your location. Subscribe to my channel, please, if you haven't already. And share this video, stuff like that. Give the video a like. Thank you. Love yourself first, guys. Have a beautiful week. See you next week. Bye.